Open world survival. This is the most common form of survival game, where players are placed in a large environment with very few resources and asked to stay alive as long as possible. The world is often free to explore, and players must gather materials, craft tools, and build shelter while dealing with hunger, danger, and the environment. It matters because it defines the core survival experience, built around exploration and resource management. Survival crafting. This type focuses heavily on collecting resources and turning them into useful items. Players gather wood, stone, food, and other materials, then combine them to create tools, weapons, and structures. The loop of gathering and crafting becomes the main progression system, giving players a steady sense of improvement over time. Hardcore survival. In this version, the rules are much stricter and mistakes are heavily punished. Players may lose everything on death or even restart completely. Hunger, temperature, and health systems are often more detailed, requiring constant attention. This type matters because it pushes survival closer to realism, making every decision feel important. Multiplayer survival. This type places many players in the same world, where they can either cooperate or compete. Some groups form alliances and build together, while others fight over resources and territory. The presence of other players changes the experience, adding unpredictability and social tension to survival. PvP Survival. This variation focuses on player versus player combat as a major threat. Instead of only surviving the environment, players must defend themselves from others who may attack, steal, or destroy their progress. It creates a more aggressive and competitive atmosphere, where trust becomes rare and risk is constant. PvE Survival. In this type, the main challenge comes from the environment and computer-controlled enemies rather than other players. Players may face wild animals, monsters, or harsh weather while working together or alone. It offers a calmer but still challenging experience, focusing more on preparation and exploration than conflict. Survival Horror. This type blends survival mechanics with fear and tension. Resources are limited, and players must carefully manage items like ammunition and health while navigating dangerous environments. The focus is not only on staying alive, but also on creating a constant sense of danger and uncertainty. Zombie Survival. This variation centers around surviving in a world filled with zombies or infected creatures. Players must scavenge for supplies, avoid being overwhelmed, and often build safe zones. It became popular because it combines familiar survival mechanics with a clear and constant threat that players understand immediately. Base Building Survival. This type emphasizes constructing shelters, defenses, and long-term structures. Players gather resources not just to survive, but to create safe and efficient living spaces. Over time, small shelters can turn into complex bases. It matters because it adds creativity and long-term goals to survival gameplay. Exploration Survival. In this version, discovery is just as important as survival itself. Players are encouraged to explore unknown environments such as oceans, space, or distant lands while managing basic needs. Survival systems support the journey, but the main experience comes from uncovering new areas and understanding the world. Story-driven survival. This type combines survival mechanics with a structured narrative. Players still manage resources and stay alive, but they also follow a storyline with clear objectives and characters. It matters because it adds emotional context to survival, giving players a reason to keep going beyond just staying alive. Sandbox Survival. This version gives players maximum freedom with minimal restrictions. There may be no fixed goals, allowing players to decide how they want to survive, build, or explore. It stands out because the experience is shaped entirely by player choice, making each playthrough feel different.